Radiant Love's Love Talk. My name is Angel D. Thomas, and I am the founder and CEO of Radiant Love. Radiant Love was established in 2017. Radiant Love exemplifies the power of boldness, beauty, and self-confidence. I just want to encourage everyone to be the best version of themselves. Y'all be bold, y'all be beautiful, y'all be you. So Radiant Love's Love Talk is a platform that I created to shine light on kings and queens. It's a place where I invite guests and we just talk about different topics, and my hopes are to uplift, inspire, encourage. I want us to agree to disagree. I want us to relate. I just want everyone to shine their lights. So I just again want to encourage everyone to be the best version of themselves. Y'all be bold, y'all be beautiful, y'all be you. So tonight I am super duper excited because our guest, Mr. Darrin, is a video creator, and he is the best video creator there is out there. So without further ado, let me add our guest for the evening. Hey!
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Busy day, but it's good.
Yes. I'm just so excited that you accepted the invitation. And I just want to say thank you for being a guest on Love Talk. And I have to tell you that your work is amazing. It is amazing. I had the privilege of working with you for my wedding, and you are the best. When I tell you, you are so focused. When you working, you are working.
Right.
Yes. You are amazing. So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
I appreciate it.
No problem. So we're going to just jump right on in, y'all. This is Darrin. He is the best video creator there is out there. So let me just tell y'all a little bit about him. So sometimes in life, we think we have our whole life mapped out, but God has other plans for us. Darrin knows firsthand about that. Darrin was expected to graduate May 11th, 2019 from graduate school as a mental health counselor from Xavier University. Realizing that that was not what he wanted to do, he made the choice to fully commit to what he truly loves by pursuing a career with his camera. Because of his strong work ethic and stepping out on faith, Darrin landed the biggest contract of his career thus far by being hired as the videographer for the CEO of the Crayon Case and Watch My Smoke Entertainment, Super. Mm-hmm. In order to make good work, you have to love what you do. And Darrin definitely loves what he does.
For
definitely. Sure. Yes. So, Darrin, first and foremost, I just want to congratulate you for everything that you have done and that you plan on doing. Because like I said, your work is amazing. If y'all are not familiar with his work, y'all need to check him out. Yesterday, y'all was supposed to check him out because it is amazing. So, on the video you created for me, I just want to tell you, the video you created for me, I always get compliments about it. People are always so amazed, like, who did this? Who did this? And I always point them to you. Cool. So, when I watch your videos, from the second, before it even starts, I know it's going to be good work. I know it. And you're literally only one person. And right. I'm always like, how is he able to capture everything? And he's one person, because when I watch the videos, I see everything. And I'm like, dang, well, I didn't even see him right there trying to get that piece of information, that piece of video. And it all comes together so beautifully. So as a video creator, how do you ensure that you capture every moment?
Well, when I go, I just go. So it's kind of like, when you're working for anybody, I'm giving a service, right? First and foremost. So a service, you really want to, improvise as much as you can, but please the customer. As a video creator, the more you have, the more content you have to edit, the better, things could come out. So my goal is always to capture as much as possible in a time frame that I have. I've been on the other side of seeing people kind of do something and just slack, and they think they have it, but they still don't have enough. Mm-hmm. So I try to continue to get this, get that, get this, get that, or I see that, or that. So, but I also beforehand want to know, what it's about, what's going on. So as far as a wedding, at this point, I mean, I've definitely shot over 150 weddings or something like that. So at this point,
Yes.
I know what's kind of going to happen, but at the same time, every wedding is still unique. So you still want to get those different people, those different accessories that the bride and groom have, the different accessories or the different displays that the venue has, or if I'm going to like a party or something like that, you never know what's going to happen, right? So you want to make sure that you continue to capture things to make sure that you capture everything that's going on. Or if you're going to a conference and shooting a conference, then okay, they got people walking in, they got the different signs and stuff. Like what kind of what will exemplify the essence of what's going on, you know, around this area, around this event, that I can show off in a short amount of time to tell a short story, pretty much. So, you know, you have to get enough to tell a story. And that's always, you know, my goal when I go into any type of work.
And I like what you said about a short story, because when I watch like the highlights, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, you can really tell basically everything that happened
And that's
in this
right.
1 minute. And
Right.
I'm like, wow, that is amazing. That is a true talent. I just want to tell you that.
Oh,
That is
thank
a
you.
talent. So you're actually self-taught. And
Mm-hmm.
about 9 years ago, you first got your camera because your mom had a restaurant and she wanted a commercial. And you
Mm-hmm.
was like, I'll do it. So that's when you first started. And you also were doing music videos for friends and everything, you know, just to get familiar with the camera. And that was 9 years ago. So
Right.
looking back, when you first started creating videos, did you ever imagine that you would be where you are today?
No, because I wasn't thinking about making money. I was just, you know, doing it just because I wanted to. It was just something that I picked up. You know, I was doing. I seen other people, you know, doing music videos. So I was like, man, all right, I'm gonna look at that and see what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, commercials. You know, you always see that on TV. So I was like, I can do that. You know, I always anything I set my mind to, I feel like I can do. Just as like you talked about with grad school, I literally was one semester away from graduating with a 3.5 GPA, but I mean, you know, people would have their things to say, but that wasn't something that I wanted to do once I went in the internship and got the real life experience doing it. So, you know, I could have done it, you know. So my thing was my thing is always, if I commit to it, if I really dig into it, I can be good at it, you know. And but to answer your question, no, I didn't think I'd be where I was today back then, because I didn't even try to really make a career out of it. It was just something I just like to do.
And a previous Love Talk guest said, y'all, if when you follow your passion, the money will come. And you found a passion in the camera, the videography, and it's just amazing how we think that, okay, I'm gonna do this. This is what I have planned for my life. And God is like,
Right,
no, that's not, that might be what you have planned, but I have something bigger in store for you.
right,
So that is amazing. And it's just helping me realize that follow your passion, and everything else is gonna come.
right,
So that
right,
is
for
really
sure.
true. So in order to create quality work, you have to have quality equipment. And you're always posting your equipment on Instagram, and you
Hmm.
actually give away equipment with raffles and all of that.
Right.
And it's just amazing. When I look at the equipment, I'm like, dang, that's what it takes to create. And I'm just like, it is amazing. So what is some equipment that you can recommend to someone just starting out in the photography or the videography field?
Well, I started, and I could use me for an example. I literally started with the cheap camera.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just a regular, like, basic starter camera. So that could range from, really, I would go used. I mean, because you know, most people don't have the money to invest in a brand new camera, you
Mm-hmm.
know, $2,000, $3,000 camera. You know, they could go up so high. But getting a basic camera, like, so something like a Canon, at this moment, it might be like a T7i or something like that with a kit lens. And literally, that's all you would need to start. That may run you between $500 and $700, used maybe $400. You know, so it's taking something like that and getting to learn what a camera does. what does exposure mean? What does aperture mean? What does ISO mean? Like, what does all these things mean, and how do they work together? Because it's really like a math problem for you to look, like, you get everything together, you see how the picture looks, and then you put it together. But knowing about lenses, knowing about cameras, knowing how big your your sensor size is. So like a T7i would be considered a cropped sensor lens. I mean, a cropped sensor camera. So it only uses, it can't use cropped sensor lenses, but it can also use full frame lenses. But then you'll have a crop. So it's a lot of terminology or things like that. But really, it doesn't matter what camera you use. But starting off with like a DSLR can be, which or mirrorless camera these days as well, with the interchangeable lens mount, is definitely something you could start off with. And then after that, you could start investing in lights and audio and stuff like that. But you really want to learn your camera and learn what it can do, and just get the education about using the camera itself.
Everything you just said, I'm like, wow, because it's so much into it, and it's really an investment. Because some people might be like, wow, that's a lot of money, $500 for a camera, but it's worth it. It's an investment. It's
right.
Like you said, it's so many components to a camera. A lot of things I didn't even know. For people outside looking at it like me, I just think you take a picture and then, but it's way more
like,
to it.
You got a nice camera, that's why I came out like that. No, sir. You definitely got to know, what it takes to even, it's the terminology. Just like if you go to nursing school, there's a lot of terminology that you got to learn to be able to understand what's going on with a patient before you even get to them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's just like with the cameras, a lot of terminology and definitions you need to understand and really know how they work and work together to make sure you get a clean picture. Or even knowing your tricks. So you got to before you learn the tricks, you got to know the basics.
That's amazing. I can't stop smiling because I didn't even know all of this.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yes. It's more than what people think it is.
Yes. So with anything, and I always ask this question, you have to have a certain level of confidence to begin allowing people to see your work. And I know that a lot of times fear and lack of confidence hold us back, because in the beginning that was my issue. And I always say this, that everything we want is on the other side of fear. If you're scared, do it while you're scared. Just do it. Don't worry about anything. Just do it. And I want to ask you, how did you gain the confidence to turn what you love into your career?
So the first step, I remember when I was working at Best Buy, I was still in school at the time. No, it was before I actually got into graduate school, which is kind of wild. So I was actually working two jobs. So I was working at Best Buy and also was working at Job One, basically teaching a little bit and helping the younger youth or at-risk youth with issues. But I always also did my side thing with the camera. At Best Buy, one of my weekend jobs, I actually met Greg from We That Food Truck. And I seen how well he was doing. He just had the food truck at this time. And I seen that, it's this guy with his own business, doing well. And I admired that. So I actually seen him and I asked him, like, man, what made you, actually stick to doing this and get out there and stick? Because I knew I was having issues with doing it on my own and believing in myself. And, he told me, man, I quit the corporate job. I quit everything. I put everything down and I just did it. I mean, that's simple. So I was like, okay, I quit everything and just did it. And then I actually did some videos for him. And I just did it after. I mean, I got in grad school, but other than that, I wasn't working. I was just doing my thing with the camera. I wasn't working for nobody else. So it just became, okay, I have to do this. I mean, there's no other way you making money. So how you going, how you going to move forward? And it wasn't just about the money, because I enjoyed it. I wouldn't did it. I already passed the stage of doing something that I love and enjoy. So now it's like, okay, how do I monetize this? And then that's when I took the step to then start actually charging people and, you know, finding out ways to make money and then meeting people in the industry and stuff like that.
Wow. So you just did it.
Yeah. I
That's what I'm learning.
jumped off the cliff.
Literally, yes. And look what it has gotten you. You stepping out on faith, just dropping everything and doing it. It has gotten you so far. And we have to step out on faith, because a lot of times we hold ourselves back.
Yeah.
We do. We hold ourselves
It's
back.
all in your head, really. It's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And
yes.
It really is not gonna happen unless you make it happen. And I even realized, you know, even working at, you know, other places, you know, I'm doing these things for other people, and all this time that I'm using there, I could use on myself. Time is money. Time is everything. I mean, time is so precious. You know, it really determines how much you can get done. So it depends on how you look at it.
Yes, and I heard somebody say, opportunity does not have legs, so you
Right.
have to go out and get it.
Right.
Yes.
And also, I like to use, you know, with certain situations is when preparation meets opportunities too. So you got to be prepared, and the only way you're gonna be prepared is if you prepare.
Right. So if you
know,
stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Exactly.
Yes.
And all those statements are very true. Trust me, I've been through it, so it's definitely true.
Yes, I know it takes a lot of time to edit the videos and get all the content, and I know it takes a lot of time for you because you're on a different level than me, and I do my stuff on my iPhone, and I just edit it on iMovie, and I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, this takes so long, and all I'm doing is cutting and pasting, barely nothing. So so you also have a degree in psychology, and like we said earlier, you were pursuing a your degree in mental health. So, and I'm actually a big advocate for mental health, because I feel like in our community it's something that's brushed under the rug, and we don't talk about it enough. So, being that you have the knowledge in the field of mental health, how important is it for you to allow some time for your mental well-being with such a busy schedule?
So it's very important. You know, I've learned, and this is another reason why I don't take going to grad school for granted, even though I didn't finish it. It definitely taught me a lot about people, and about how people work, and also knowing that you have to take care of you first before you can take care of anything else or anybody else. And it's even deeper for me because of my health condition with sickle cell. So I've learned to pretty much, you know, when I feel my body needing to relax, I relax. But I also make, and this is another reason why I edit so fast, because I make sure that my work is done so I don't have to be behind with anything. So when I make sure my work is done, I have time to take a break when I need to. So I don't slack, or I don't try to just have this other time, like, oh, I got time to do that. No, that's never the case. I never look at it like that. I always look at it like this needs to be done for multiple reasons. One, for the customer, for the client, and two, for me to be able to, you know, rest and be on my stuff when I gotta be on my stuff. And you know, yeah, you do get past it sometimes, but I don't like to, you know, make anybody upset or mad, or, you know, it's not your fault I have a health condition. You know, it's not your fault that I promised you something and I didn't give it to you at this certain time. I'd rather under promise and over deliver. So, you know, I just take my time, and knowing how, you know, you can get through stress. If you're stressed out, you can't do that. You gonna be second guessing yourself. You gonna be wondering what's going on. So you need to have rest and just spend time with, you know, the ones that you need to spend time with, so you can have the energy to move on and do other things.
And I like what you said about you have to make sure that you are good before you can make sure anybody or anything else is good. And I personally have an issue with feeling guilty when I try to take care of myself first. I don't know why, but it's just something that I'm working on. And it is very true that in order to take,
that's not something you should. So many people do that. They feel guilty that they take care of themselves first, and it's like, I mean, if I can't take care of me, then I can't take care of you. So
Right.
I mean, it's something that you really gotta, it's a balance. Everything has a gray area. Nothing is black and white. A lot of people think that, they have this idea that, well, it's that way because it is that way, and it's not really that way because nobody really has the full context of any situation.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of gray area in a lot of things, and you want to make sure that you're healthy and you're content with where you are, so you can move forward and do the work that you want to do to help people, or to, it works with anything in life, really.
Yes, so true. So y'all make sure y'all take care of yourselves first before y'all take care of anything or anybody. So you actually have your own companies, one being August Sky Wedding Films and Five Shark Media. So could you please explain your services to us?
Yeah, so well, Five Shark Media is pretty new. The reason why it's very new is because I wanted to expand from just wedding films, because I do much more than that. So I needed a different company. So the reason, well, Five Shark Media would be more of, corporate work or client work that's outside of weddings, period.
Okay.
All videography. Same with August Sky Wedding Films. I'm sorry, it's different. Wedding films is strictly weddings. When a bride or groom is looking for you, they ain't looking for somebody that do everything. They're looking for a specific niche. So it helps you it's also a marketing strategy. It helps you get more clients that way, instead of just being, if I came out as Five Shark Media and I do weddings, it's a little bit harder for people to find what I am or who I do, and I have everything on one website, versus me having a full website for just weddings, and then another website with all of my other ventures that I'm doing as far as videography. But like I said, it is newer, and it's under the, like, August Sky Wedding Films umbrella. Okay. But yeah, I mean, the wedding films I've been having since, it's actually hit 2 years in July.
Wow.
And yeah, I've just been pushing. So it grew pretty fast for it to just be 2 years now that I realize it. So
yes,
it's it's definitely something that I started with, and I feel like I'll be doing for a while as far as weddings go.
Yes, and I scrolled up the page earlier today, and I was like, wow, and I was just really so amazed. I'm always so amazed at your work, and when I was just scrolling today and I saw my own video on there, right, I was like, wow. And for it only to be 2 years, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Thank you.
So how could someone that's interested in using your services get in contact with you?
Just really, I try to make it as easy as possible, but right now, I have AugustSkyWeddingFilms.com for weddings. That is really the only way you could kind of get to me, because I do require an inquiry form. People usually DM me, which is fine. You could DM me or text or call if you have the number. Most people don't, but you can DM or call or text or whatever the case may be, but I'll still send you to that site. Reason being is because it helps me and you understand a little bit more about what you would want. And other than that, right now, I also have I have 2 contact emails. One is contact@AugustSkyWeddingFilms.com, and the other one is contact@FiveSharkMedia.com. So it's pretty easy and simple for people to contact me in those ways. But I do answer DMs all the time. I do answer messages. If you really look at my posts, I try my best. Some posts may not be as comment filled, but usually I try my best to answer comments as well. All of my comments, if I can.
So I'll post that information once the video is over on my page. So if anybody is interested, they'll find it there too.
Cool.
So I want to talk about the 5th annual NOLA Sickle Cell Anemia Red Run. It is being held Saturday, September 5th, this Saturday coming, and it's at the City Park Festival grounds, which is in New Orleans for anybody that's, interested. And all proceeds benefit Tulane Sickle Cell Center of Southern Louisiana. And anyone in the area, I just want to encourage y'all to go. It's going to be a good time. And the tickets are can they be found on your page, or?
That actually has his own It's on Instagram as well and website. So it's NOLA SCA awareness.com or NOLA SCA awareness as the Instagram page. And it has the website on the Instagram page.
Okay, so I'll post that information as well. And you actually, like you said earlier, you have sickle cell
Mm-hmm.
and you have type SS. There's different type, but you have SS.
Mm-hmm.
And that is usually the most severe form of the disease.
Mm-hmm.
And for anyone who is unfamiliar with sickle cell, it is a blood disorder that makes red blood cells change shape and cause health problems.
Right.
So could you tell us how sickle cell affects you and how you stay motivated during difficult times?
So it's a blood disorder. So just to give like an in-depth thing, regular red blood cells are circle. I mean, everybody kind of knows that, but a sickle cell a red sickle cell is really like a sickle shape, so like a crescent shaped, like a moon a little bit. And they can, without like the proper oxygen or the proper diet or anything like that, they can clump up and you just have severe pain. Like it sounds, saying it doesn't sound like saying it versus seeing it is totally different.
Mm-hmm.
So by me saying, okay, like I'm in pain, like I'm in really bad pain, my pain is like somebody like taking my spine and just twisting it.
Ooh.
So like when they say, like, if you've ever been like in a hospital like with like a sickle cell patient, like I've had nurses and doctors are like, yeah, this is like one of the worst diseases you can have and stuff like that. And then it was the scare thing of, well, you only can live to this age or whatever the case may be. So I had to get over a lot of those mental aspects of thinking, or I'm gonna die at 35 or die at 30 or whatever the case may be. I just made 30, so it's like, getting over those things and continue to live your life, especially in high school as a teenager. So when you're in high school as a teenager, a lot of depression, can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, you're not like the other kids. There's not a lot of people that you meet that have sickle cell. You'll probably meet somebody here or there with it. So today, I don't go to the hospital as much. Last year I did, and probably was just stressed. But this year I've been pretty decent without going too often. But I still, have been going there based off of pain and the type of medication they give me. Like I can't even use morphine anymore. I have to get something stronger than that. And morphine is a very strong drug, right? So, imagine that, like you like, but you can't, morphine doesn't work for you. So, that's how painful the actual pain can be. But, I have to make sure that I stay hydrated. I drink a lot of water. I trying to start, exercise a little bit more and not doing too many activities that's going to make me, dehydrate or anything like that. So, it's just keeping up with everything. I actually changed my diet. I don't eat pork or anything like that anymore. It may be like a scarce thing where I may try something here and there, but it used to be, all the time I eat beef and pork, and I kind of just took that out to see how it works, and it's been actually helping me a lot. Okay. So, being a little bit more calm about situations, not getting, overly hyped up about something if I'm mad about anything. So keeping my temper down and stuff like that. So, being in a good mental space and eating right and drinking the right things, not drinking alcohol and stuff like that. That's just how I've been able to, help myself out a little bit more. So yeah, it's a journey, but once you learn your body and know these things, then you can get better at and not listening to all the negative stuff. I mean,
Right.
Research and know what you have or what I'm dealing with, but I don't take those negative things to heart. That can happen or supposed to happen to me, and I just continue to live life and keep pushing, pretty much.
Yes, you have to. You have to. And the fifth annual Red Run is raising money towards it, correct?
Yes, to the Sickle Cell Center of Southern Louisiana.
Okay, so could you give us some more details on the actual Red Run? Is it like a marathon or?
So it's more so like it's a race. It's 2 times around the track, right? Usually we do give up a prize or certificate to the winner. A lot of people don't run though. A lot of people do. They come out to walk just to support the individual that they know that has sickle cell. There's a lot of teams and stuff like that. It's mostly not about winning a race. It's more so about people coming together and helping one another for this cause and raising this money to help out people with sickle cell in some way, shape, or form, whatever the sickle cell center decides to do with the funds that we are able to raise for them. Is more things are I'm trying to get more things to happen from just one event per year, but I've learned focusing on one thing can get you further quicker than trying to focus on too many other things, pretty much like my videography career. And it's really every single year it has grown, and it has been like a really great experience to meet these individuals and see the same thing that I go through, they go through. But I try to be an example to really show them that you can live a really good life, even if you do have it. There's ways that you could get around these things and not feel so bad about what you're doing or your health in general. And we are normal. I mean, people will look at you not even notice you have sickle cell. You know what I mean? Because it's not a physical thing that you see unless you see this individual in pain. So the Red Run is about that, coming together and fighting for our cause. And like I said, it's not really anything about win. It's cool for somebody to win, but it's not.
It's not about that.
Really about that, So it's really about a gathering and people just really enjoy themselves. We all talk and we just have good conversation, and it's good to meet the families and individuals, and even people that pass. People run for people that has passed away from the disease as well. So it's just about coming together and fighting for that cause.
Yes. So if you're able to attend, donate anything, all that information will be posted on my page after this video is over, after the live is over. So like I said, I want to encourage everyone. I'm actually in Houston and I'm not going to be able to attend, but I really do want to attend next year. I am going to put it on my schedule. And is it usually around the same time every year?
Yeah, every September, because September is actually sickle cell month.
Okay. So I definitely,
usually around
the
the first week
of
September.
Okay, first weekend. If the Lord said the same, I will be there. Yes. So what advice can you give anyone that is going through a difficult time, just in general?
The way that I've been through difficult times, I am a spiritual person, so I do pray. That's one thing first and foremost. People do have their different, spiritual beliefs. So, if that's not, something that you do, that's cool. But I also, remind myself of, I can do whatever I want to do. I think people tend to forget that you can control everything about your body, including your mind. And you can do whatever you want to do. You really can. And people limit themselves from doing these things that they want to do. For even with the contract I got with Super, I decided to do that. She didn't come to me at that point in time and say, oh, I'm gonna pay you this much money to come and do this. This spot is open. I made a decision to stop grad school, and go and get that contract. So by me saying that is that you have control of your life. Once you find that out, then you kind of really understand that you can control your mind, you can control your emotions. You're not gonna let this really get the best of you, and you're gonna do other things. You're gonna do things that make you happy. You're gonna do these things. So that's pretty much what I do. If I see something that makes me happy, and I know I'm gonna do that, or I want to do that, I'm gonna go and do it. I'm not about to sit down here and keep dwelling on something. I'm gonna make it right. So having control over yourself and and praying and just keeping a positive mindset.
Yes. And I definitely agree with that because I actually posted today. I was having a bad morning. I started off horribly. And
Right.
I'm really a positive person. And I posted, I can't remember what exactly it said, but I was basically just saying we have control over the energy that we put out. You know what I'm saying? So all this negative energy was just consuming me and I couldn't just harp on that. So I had to release all the negative and start thinking positive, and my whole mood just changed. So that
Right.
is so true to say we have total control over that.
Right.
And I just want to encourage everybody to know that you have control over your life. So stop letting things hold you back and be the best person that you are supposed to be. So my philosophy is be bold, be beautiful, be you. And
Mm.
I encourage this. I say it all the time. I have it written everywhere. So what is a philosophy that you stand on and live by?
So, I've been thinking about that a lot. And honestly, it's really something that I've just kind of tried to make my own as far as just pushing forward. And I actually have this like on my Facebook page, and it's like it's funny. It states if you only work when you're sick, you'll never get anything done. I mean, I'm sorry. If you only work when you're not sick, you'll never get anything done. Because as a person, like I can be, sick a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't think like that. Like if I am feeling bad, I kind of do still work, and work doesn't have to be. And I do feel like this is how I got kind of where I am as well. Work doesn't have to be you really physically doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sitting down, and I mean, most people are on their phone, I might take notes about something that I want to do from months from now, from years from now. I'll even put down the structure of, if you ask anybody, like, damn, if Darrin said he gonna do it, he gonna do it. Like, I've
Mm-hmm.
gotten that from like a lot of people because I write a lot of stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't, a lot of people when they get sick or they feel ill or bad, they just go to, oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And I'm not, if you got a little stomach ache, or I'm not about to sit here and do this. And me, I might have my whole arm hurting. I can't move it. And I'm still kind of thinking about, man, like I gotta, like I have like people at work had to tell me, no, you need to stop doing this. Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
And, I still do have to look from the outside in sometimes and realize that I understand what you're saying. Like, I can't keep doing this. Just go back to taking care of yourself. But I do still, might take on my phone and plan some things to make sure that I'm ahead of what I'm trying to do. And I'm beating, myself from last month or from
Mm-hmm.
last year or something like that. So, yeah. So just, not giving up and folding if I'm feeling bad.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And you say you take notes in your phone and you say you write things down. I encourage everybody write things down because I literally said this yesterday.
Hmm.
Dang, I forgot what I said I was gonna do because I didn't write it down. And
Right.
somebody said if you don't write it down, then it didn't even happen or it
Right.
don't even count. So
Pretty
write it
much.
down.
Yeah, right. So write things down, write goals down. Like, you would be surprised at what you accomplish, and when you accomplish it, when you write it down, and then you make a map of these things of how you're going to do it.
Yes.
Sometimes people write stuff down and don't even write down the steps to get there. But when you do write your goals down and write down the steps to get there, it pretty much kind of solidifies what you're going to do. I mean, you might deter a little thing here and there, but when you stick to that plan, it's dang near like nobody could stop you because you done put it out there already and you know what you got to do.
Yes, yes. So y'all write stuff down. I just want to encourage y'all to write things down. So Darrin, I just want to open up the floor to you to say anything, if you want to say anything that your heart desires.
Um, I guess it's more so. I know a lot of people ask me like, how I get this contract, and what how do you get so good at this thing? And it really goes back to, first of all, I don't feel like, I mean, I would never say that I'm the best, but so many people say it. Like, it's cool. I'm glad y'all believe that, but it's like I have this this idea where I want to be in, and how long I have to get there, and it's just to stay hungry. You know what I mean? Like, don't, just because somebody tells you how good you are or how great you are, and you just sit there and just stop. It defeats the purpose for these people to still look up to you and to see what you're doing. Because at first I was scared to even, show like the sickle cell thing or whatever. But I get DMs about people with a family member that have sickle cell and all that stuff. So I continue to move forward and do better for them. Like, that's one,
Yes.
and mostly for my family as well. So a lot of the stuff that I do isn't even for me. I mean, what makes me happy is making people happy around me, and also showing others that you can do great things, even when everything, you feel like everything is against you. Because I did feel like that at one point. I didn't share this, but at one point in my life, I actually had an episode where I went to commit suicide. And, luckily I didn't do it, but that's how low everything was for me. So, I got put out of school, got put out of college. I kept getting sick. I ain't had nobody to talk to. My daddy was in jail, all this stuff going on. So, people, everybody don't know a lot of that stuff that happens behind the scenes or within your life. So, if I see people, they look up to me and all this stuff, and I'm like, that's cool, but it took me. There's a lot of stuff that you may not know that happened to me. I don't mind sharing at all. I'm very open about anything that people will want to know, but it just keep going. I mean, it's not over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep pushing and make sure you just have a plan for what you want to do, and it will manifest.
Yes, yes. There's always a way. Y'all keep pushing. Don't ever feel like you're defeated to a point where you don't want to go on anymore. But those moments may happen, like you said, and know that there's help out there. Like I said, we don't talk about mental health enough in our community. In my opinion, it's brushed under the rug. So if you are having those feelings, or if you have ever had those feelings, address them.
Right.
Address them. Don't let them defeat you.
Go to a therapist.
Yes.
A lot of, in the Black community, a lot of people don't believe in that. I mean, more people are starting to, but it could definitely help you if you give it a try. Sometimes people link up with the wrong therapist, but when you find the right one, it might change your life.
Yes.
Or even a mentor, just somebody that's outside of your family or your circle that you could go and talk to. It don't have to be a therapist. It could be, a pastor or just a mentor that offer their services, to people that in need.
Yes, yes. So y'all know that this is real, and get that help that y'all need. And I'm glad you brought that up, because we don't talk about it enough. And I want people to know that people really do go through it. You know what I'm saying? So thank you so much, Darrin. And y'all, this is Darrin, who I said is the best videographer out there. Yes.
I appreciate it.
I just want to encourage you to just continue to keep pushing, because you are awesome. And like you said, you have this vision of where you want to get to. You're going to go beyond that. I'm telling you, because you are really good at what you do. It is your passion, and it shows in your work. And if anybody is interested in working with him, working for you, I will post all the information, also the information about the Red Run on my page. So I just want to thank you again, Darrin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to encourage the viewers to just be the best version of themselves. Thank y'all for tuning in, and y'all have a good night. Thank you so much, Darrin.
Thank you for having me. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. You have a good night.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye.